Could Jonas Vingegaard consider retirement after his race-ending crash at this Tour de France? Now with a broken collarbone, getting surgery, I'm starting to speculate on what the worst case scenario could be here. We've already seen Jonas Vingegaard consider retirement this year. He's already been considering the possibility of retirement. Kind of just have a feeling that Jonas, for a little while now, has not been happy, has not been enjoying himself racing too much. I know he's a quiet guy, he doesn't give too much away. Could this crash, could this collarbone injury potentially change Jonas's attitude towards racing and potentially even make him consider an early retirement? Well, let's just go back to the crash for a second. A little bit more information has come through about it. There was a motorbike. The motorbike panicked and suddenly braked as it was coming to the roundabout where the incident happened. Someone brakes at the front, a motorbike changes the racing line, and then riders can just go down all of a sudden. You can even see here the rider at the front seems to suddenly swerve as he heads into this corner, looking behind him because he can hear something. Already the riders are going down there, including Jonas. And this is just a disappointing ending for Jonas Vingegaard's Tour de France. He was a real challenger. He could have won this race if he got some good luck in the final days of Alpe d'Huez. You never know. Tadej Pogacar could have a bad day on the Alpe d'Huez, but we'll never know now whether Jonas could have done anything or even just animated the race and made it a bit more interesting. But having a look again at this crash, you can just see at that exact point where Jonas was, they all seem to just suddenly go into the pavement there. The racing line just got messed up by potentially the motorbike, according to this report. But there's also the potential that a anti-doping test at 2 a.m. could have actually contributed to this crash. If you were woken up at 2 a.m. during the Tour de France, you imagine how tired you're going to be anyway. Imagine being woken up early in the morning to do anti-doping test and potentially then struggling to get back to sleep. You never know. A lot of factors can go into something like this happening, coming together at the worst time, and the result is abandonment for Jonas. But do you think he's going to give up on cycling altogether? Do you think he's lost his desire to win? I mean, he's already won all of the Grand Tours in cycling now. He's already won 2 Tours de France. He's seen how hard it is to beat Pogacar now, and he's getting older. I mean, he's going to be 30 at the end of the year. And at that age, riders always seem to start deteriorating sort of in their early to mid-30s these days. These young 20-year-olds are always a step ahead. The experience counts, obviously, but riders are just getting better and better at younger and younger ages now. That it's rare to see riders winning Grand Tours in their 30s, Primož Roglič being the exception in recent years. But yeah, I don't know whether Jonas is going to ever be able to win the Tour de France again, especially if Tadej Pogacar is there. Yeah, I think this could be potentially, and I hope not, but it could potentially be the last straw for Jonas. He wants to be at home with his family. He's going to get that. But will he want to come back to racing? My opinion, my gut feeling says he probably will. But could this potentially shorten his career overall? I mean, he's already had some pretty bad accidents in the past. Remember this terrible accident that happened at Basque Country, which could have actually ended in tragedy. Jonas could have lost his life in this crash. It was such a serious incident. It was a miracle that he was able to come back to racing just 3 or 4 months later and contest the Tour de France and finish second. You can just see the seriousness of this incident. There were boulders. There were boulders like that the riders actually could have hit and killed them. But this is an EF rider, but Jonas is there. This could have actually been the end of his career, and I think this has obviously had an impact on him that has lasted. I don't think he's ever reached the level he had in 2023, unfortunately, ever again. Maybe he did at the Giro, but at this Tour de France, he just maybe hasn't been at the same level that he was in May. But remember how well he recovered, how quickly he did so. Just shows how much of an incredible athlete he is. But yeah, I mean, that crash was so bad, it could have actually killed him. The crash at this Tour de France obviously isn't as serious, but do you think that this could be, for Jonas, like the thing that just tells him that he doesn't really want to continue doing cycling for much longer, when all that hard work can just obviously be thrown away in an instant like it did on this roundabout? Let's just hope that Jonas can get back as quick as possible, and then think maybe even about the Vuelta. Do you think that he'll be ready for the Vuelta? There's still about a month or two until then. He recovered from a much worse crash in 2024 in just about 3 months. So do you think he could actually recover from this collarbone injury? I don't know about that. Collarbone injuries are serious as well. They take time to heal, but do you think he will even want to come back and race the Vuelta? Probably not. I highly doubt it. I think we're not going to see Jonas race again, potentially for the rest of the year. What do you guys think? Do you think Jonas is nearing retirement now? Do you think he's going to call it a day? Maybe even this year or next year? How much more years do you think we're going to be seeing the Great Dane competing at the top level? Do you think he's going to pack it in soon and enjoy family time and raising his kids? Or do you think he is going to continue for as long as he can? Well, let's just hope that he does continue as long as he's happy. Let's hope he recovers and feels well enough mentally and emotionally, physically, to train hard again and return to the Tour de France and return to Grand Tour racing, which is what he's best at. And let's hopefully see him race and win some more big races. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts below and subscribe if you haven't yet. More videos coming. This has been Cycling Theory. Thank you for watching.